Hey guys, it's Kelly here again and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a different video, and this is me trying to record a shelf organizational video. So a few months ago I recorded my shelves, and it was right about the time when my shelves actually broke. So these are my bookshelves currently, and I have been meaning to reorganize them and probably do a video about me organizing my bookshelves, and I am so glad that I never got to it these past couple of weeks, because as you can see currently, let me just show you, one of my bookshelves literally fell off. So I had to remove all of the books from it, and bear in mind these weren't even heavy books, but because of the bookshelf itself, they go in way too much on the inside, so technically half of the shelf is empty. So all of the heavy books were at the end of the little stopper. You see these little stoppers here? These ones are what holds the shelf up. And I only have one here left. The other one broke inside the hole and I can't get it out. So right now I only have these, well, this one's shelf. And I need to figure out a way to remove the little bit that has broken into the hole so I can put new little, it's not a stopper, it's what basically holds the shelf up. So I need to fix that, and then I can reorganize my shelves. And now, as you can see, they are stronger than ever because the guy put in some metal holders, which I think should have been what they were holding them from the very beginning. But yeah, I also got these two shelves right here above my TV that are a new edition, and I tried to keep them lighter. I only have a few stuff up there, so I'm not gonna touch those, but I am going to organize these books over here. As you can see, this is a big old mess, and it's mostly because I didn't have the time to organize them after my bookshelf got fixed, so I only had the time to just shove everything in there, and as you can see, it looks terrible. So this is the part that I'm going to be organizing this video. I'm also, let me just take you here for a second. I also have this bookshelf, which I am also going to be organizing today, mostly because I do like the organization, or the way I started the organization here. But I figured that I would do something a bit different and transfer some of the books that are here to the other bookshelf, because I have all of my sci-fi here, and my sci-fi takes up 3 shelves, and I thought that it would make more sense to have them in the big bookshelf. So yeah, that's the one that I'm going to be organizing. I also have another shelf that's right above my computer, but that's my sketchbook and art bookshelf, and I'm not going to be touching that one at this point. So yeah, these are the two I'm going to be working on. And I'll probably put in some music and I'll guide you through the process in a while. But for now, I'm going to leave you on a stand over here, and let's just get started. First, I'm gonna clean them out and then clean them themselves. So yeah, let's just get into it. Oh, I quickly just want to mention that I bought these shelf dividers from IKEA. And this is what they look like. There's a small one and there's a big one. This is what it looks like when you buy it, and this is what it looks like when you put it together. So I bought these guys as an idea that I had, because this bookshelf has very deep shelves, and I end up losing a lot of space for books, but I don't want to sort of double stack and not be able to see the books in the back. So I had an idea with these shelf dividers. I really wish I could have painted them first, but I don't have any spray paint on me, and I just couldn't be bothered. I really wanted to organize the bookshelves before I spray painted these, so it kind of couldn't wait. So I have an idea. I'm gonna show you what my idea is. Hopefully it works. I think it will work, but yeah, we'll see. So that's what I quickly wanted to mention, and let's get back to cleaning.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. You see her walking down the boulevard. She got the posture of a superstar. She looks so fly in those Gucci slides. Yeah, yeah, I wonder what she hides under her disguise. Yeah, 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 yeah. And all the girls around the world, they wanna be her. And all the dudes are trying to score like it's fever. She lives a double life, puts on a show. What's under the subtle smile, we'll never know. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her.
Let me paint a picture. I see they don't understand. Feeling like Picasso. She brushing against my hands. Seen you from around the way. You didn't give me the time of day. You be making moves that yeah, who really care what Simon say? All the bad things, girl, I had to look past that. Call yourself a dime, I'm just trying to get my cash back. You be looking fine, so no wonder they can't match that. Louis V scarf, or I'm chilling with a dad hat. Whoa, slow it down like that. Just hold me down like that.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. She's a Mona Lisa.
Sometimes I think about myself. I wish I was somewhere else, far from my fear, anxiety, far from my weakness. I could be gone, but I'm just afraid. I refuse to fix the problem, and I think I can carry on. You can lie, you can try, but you'd like to leave this feeling. We got to breathe, to dig, to live the life we are dreaming. It could go wrong, but I'm just a nest. You must be lonely, but you could be crazy if you keep looking down. Don't you cry no more, no more. Tears is in mine.
Alright guys, my light has disappeared, the sun is setting, my neighbors are doing construction work, and I am all out of time for this video. So a quick look through our final result. So this is the bookshelf that is on the left side. I added that candle because it's really dark at this point. I'm gonna try and lighten this in post, but I'm not making any promises. But basically, this is what we're left with. This is my fantasy shelf. As you can see, I managed to double stack the books while still being able to see what's on the back. So there's literally 2 rows of books because my shelf is very, very deep, and this is the best way that I could think of where I could make the books visible and still have them stacked on one shelf. So this is all of my fantasy. I have my Harry Potter in the middle to break up kind of the alignment of the books. On the left side, well, my left? Yeah, on the left side, I have my Victoria Schwab books. I'm really happy that they managed to stay together. And yeah, this is kind of, you know, my V.E. Schwab corner of my bookshelf. I have this little ship that came in a book box, which I'm really happy with, and it did actually come with one of V.E. Schwab's books, so it's fitting that I have it up there. On the bottom I have my sci-fi shelf, and this is actually well, I do have just a few fantasy books over here that couldn't fit up there, but this is all of my sci-fi. In the back is actually what I used to call my grandma shelf, because it's all classic sci-fi that my grandmother read back in her day, and she loved, and she thought that I would enjoy it, so she gifted them from her collection to contribute to mine. Speaking of my grandmother, this is her when she was younger. I really love this picture, that's why I keep it here. And yeah, this is all of my sci-fi. This is a little postcard with watercolor scenery from my hometown, and yeah, I also have that little plushie in the back. I just had nowhere else to put him. So on the bottom I have my Japanese shelf and my nonfiction. So I have all of my Japanese textbooks, I have some study books, I have some ink for calligraphy, I have a little ehagaki, I believe that's what it was called, the traditional Japanese postcard. I have a little Buddha and a little paper crane that my teachers from my Japanese school made for us. So those are some fiction books that are by Japanese authors, and a few I think they're novelty Japanese books. There's one with wisdom and good thoughts. There's one that's old horror stories, or just old stories from old Japan. Yeah, just novelty Japanese books. I have my nonfiction on the right, a picture frame that is currently lacking a picture, and this really cool fan that my parents just gifted me, and I thought it would look perfect here on my Japanese shelf. Also, that candle that is currently lighting the fan in a very ominous way. Over on the right side we have the other bookshelf. On top we have some basically random books. This is mostly fiction books and poetry. This is all short stories and some books with quotes from different famous people. I also have this really cool print from a Bulgarian artist. If I remember, I'm gonna put him in the cards down below, because he draws amazing stuff and he definitely deserves the recognition. There's also a little cactus there that is struggling to stay alive. And yeah, on the bottom is what is left from my sci-fi shelf, and this used to be my favorite shelf because it housed all my sci-fi, and sci-fi is my favorite genre. Now I have that big one with all the sci-fi. This one is going to remain a little bare, but I constantly buy new books, so I'm hoping to fill it up as much as I can in the coming months with cool sci-fi and find a way to display them a little bit better. This guy, don't worry, he's alive. It's just the flowers that are basically gone, but he's alive, I promise. In the back I had like a little jar full of bookmarks, so that's what that is in the back. I have a few jars with my TBR jar and my shame shelf jar, or shelf, wait, what did I call it? Jar of shame? I don't know. It's books that I am in the middle of that I ended up not finishing, putting down for a little bit. So I wrote them all down on pieces of paper and I put them in a tiny little jar. I also have my TBR jar, which has not been updated in a while, but these are some books that I need to read. On the bottom I have my comic books and manga shelf. I really love this one. And I have this little basket with an orchid in it, and also a few books that I am preparing for a video in the future, but I still need to read 2 of them so I can make that video. On the bottom, I have some fiction books and a few borrows that I need to return. Just another more random one. I also have this box full of candles. I don't know if you can be... Yeah, there's a whole bunch of candles in there. So I have them neatly stacked in one place. And the bottom shelf is so far bare. I just have bottles of water so I can water my plants over here. And a few pictures and frames that I need to figure out where exactly to display. So that's it from me today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little bit different than what I typically upload, but I thought it would be interesting. I am really happy with how the organization turned out. I opted more for practicality rather than aesthetics. Because once you have this many books and this little space, and it makes sense for me, at least for now. I used to have them more beautifully arranged with all different knickknacks. But now I just feel like I want more practicality. I don't have... This is not going to be everyone's taste. It's not going to be everyone... Not everyone's going to like it, because here on YouTube, the most popular thing are the rainbow shelves, which personally I'm not a big fan of. And I also don't read any contemporary or romance, which I think is really necessary in order to maintain a rainbow shelf, because as you noticed, my fantasy and my sci-fi don't come with a lot of colorful spines. They're mostly red, blue, and black. So seeing as how I read mostly fantasy and sci-fi, it's gonna be really hard for me to have a shelf that is a rainbow color. So yeah, that's basically it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I gave you at least some ideas of how to display your books or how to arrange them if you don't have enough space. I think the shelf divider idea is really cool. I saw it, I think, from Pinterest in some, I believe it was a Japanese bookstore. They actually sell specific little shelves that are to display manga, and I thought that was such a cool idea, so I searched for some way to incorporate it into my bookshelves. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like how I arrange my books, or at least how I organize them, and I hope to see you in the next video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe if you like what you see and would like to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.